All right, welcome everyone back once again. This is our third match here in OCE of the night. Got started earlier on, a couple hours ago, and rolling on here, hour by hour. We got another one for you this time: Pineapples and Breach and Clear. So both of them making their first appearance on stream tonight. Seen thus far 4 Horsemen playing 2 games. We've seen Leviathan, seen Mozzie's, and Mozzie's playing again a little bit later as well. But getting now a look at Pineapples and Breach and Clear in this match. Gonna start maybe 3 on 3. I'm not quite sure yet, but either way on the casting end, I'm Palidore and being joined by PAMWOW once again, of course, here. And how are you feeling so far on this marathon of OCE games?
Yeah, well, it's been great so far. I mean, a lot of interesting games coming across the board here, and I'm not sure if it will be a 3v3 or 3v4. I mean, I'm pretty sure it might be a 3v4 actually. Soggy just joining in there for Breach and Clear, but yeah, I was about to say, I've never been able to cast over a 3v3 before, so it would have been interesting to see what type of strategies would have come out from that. But might have a 3v4 situation unless Pineapples can pick up a player. But until then, just waiting on the readies.
Yeah, and you know, for 3v3, as the teams gather here for something or other at the nest, having some discussions, I guess. But yeah, for 3v3, that was how Echo was for the longest time. I know all the Quest user base coming in these last several months have known nothing but 4v4, but for the first 2.5 years of Echo Arena, it was 3v3 pubs. It was mainly 3v3 private matches too. It wasn't really until about a year ago that things started shifting to 4v4. People in Echo Arena and in private matches kind of starting to favor that and try that out, doing it in Pizza League as well. And yeah, eventually, you know, people figured, hey, this format feels good. It's you got a lot more options, meta-wise, strategy-wise, and it's every once in a while you get these 3v3 throwback games, but I don't entirely miss it. Maybe just rose-tinted glasses in that sense, but 4v4 just opens so much more and brings a lot more to the strategic table.
Yeah, because I always assumed that in 3v3s, like, you'd just have one person designated in defense and 2 people just constantly regrabbing. And is that what it was like when in these 3v3 pubs? Is that like the prime strategy, or was there a bit more to it?
Well, talking pub and strategy, a bit polar opposites there, but in private strategy anyways. I guess it kind of depends, but definitely, I mean, you'd have midfielders in 3v3. I mean, I was one of them on my team, sort of, but it wasn't to the same degree. It definitely demanded a lot of the time. If you want to get your offense and things going, you would have to bring up, most often you'd have to bring up your full 3 players near that bubble, and you'd be punished a lot harder for getting stranded. You had less stack options because of 1 fewer player per team. You don't get those double stack duos, those multi-chains going. And so yeah, 4v4 really opened up the door to a lot more brawling, a lot more midfielding, and like I said, a lot more strategy at the end of the day. It does afford teams who wish to kind of have a more somewhat dedicated midfielder in a sense, or dedicated brawlers here and there, things like that. And yeah, it's no looking back. If nothing else, I think in the future, maybe one day when the arena's bigger, maybe Echo Arena 2 or what have you, 5v5 could be a thing. Who knows?
And treading on dedicated positions here, I'm not seeing Luigi Logic actually here for Breach and Clear, which is it's interesting to see because he's a really good goalkeeper. I mean, we've seen quite a few good saves coming from him, so it'll be interesting to see how Breach and Clear are going to basically make up for Luigi Logic's absence. But regardless, looking in the chat here, Draco, yeah, no, I'm surprised as well why I'm not fired. I mean, I've done, I don't know, I think I kind of made it up to him when I asked him how he was in return, but yeah, I don't know. I mean,
we're keeping PAMWOW around.
Why am I not fired? Yeah, he's keeping me here. Someone's got to help him with the OCE games.
Yeah, besides, his casts are much too good to fire for just the first offense, so you get a little bit of leeway for now. But, yeah, oh, nope, looks like we have maybe a 4v4, at least according to Soggy Bunnings being pinged in the Discord. Well, not pinged, but informed in the Discord. Initially saying 4v3, but just now saying it's a 4v4. Of course, as he said that, we have 1 player drop out for Pineapples, so we'll see if that remains true. But yes, hey, Luigi Logic, speaking of, there he is over there in the chat right now, saying needed some me time. Well, that's mighty fine and perfectly okay. Hope you enjoy your me time and enjoy the match here once it does start here.
Yep, and Palidore, I need to
Yes.
learn this from you as well. How do you sound so awake?
Because I am awake. I don't abide by conventional sleep times. What am I,
Time
human?
is a concept.
Exactly. It's a concept that I still have no sense of right now. So I sleep when I please. I do what I please. It's not all that convenient, but it does let me cast these matches. So I guess it's convenient for everyone else in that sense. But yeah.
Also naps.
Also naps. That is correct.
But yeah, regardless, we've got our 4 members now joining here from Pineapples, and we might be heading into this game quite soon. So yep, just a quick thank you to Twitch chat for stopping by. Always great to talk around with you guys and gals, and yep, we might be heading into this game quite soon.
And worth noting too. Anyway, it's only 10:40 p.m. here, so it's not super late. Not on the East Coast or anything where it's well past the the midnight hours at this point, but getting there. I mean, latest match I've done here for OCE has been about 2 a.m. my time, 2, 3, something like that. So yeah, these matches actually very early in comparison to what I usually expect from this region. So it's been a nice change of pace.
Yep. I mean, I remember doing the 3 a.m. Cast for some of the games in NA, and it made me kind of appreciate Palidore a lot more because, I mean, with the amount of OCE games that we've got and running at like pretty convenient but inconvenient times for some of the casters here in NA. So yeah, across the board, all the casters, they're definitely putting in a lot of work, and really appreciative towards that. But yeah,
you got that venues match last week as well. That was what, like 5 or 6 a.m. your time. It was pretty pretty early, but it was definitely went well. And of course, you were gonna cast already, but then when my internet decided to be the way it's been the last 2 weeks and say, no, Pally, you can't cast venues yet again. Yeah, luckily we had PAMWOW there to help save the day, along with our other casters, of course, Swift and Sputnik Cobra and Sir Dimwee, as well as Subtlety on the cams, and of course have venues matches again this weekend, so do tune in for that in the next couple days. Going to be fun, as always. But that being said, oh, Luigi, I misread. I said, Luigi said, I predict Breach and Clear will make up for the lack of me with a lot of points. I initially read it as they'll make up for the lack of me with a lack of points. So I was thinking, wait, what? Why would you say that?
But, yeah, right. But listening in on the comms here, I think both teams are going to ready up here.
All right, cool.
And yeah, we will see how Breach and Clear do without their godlike goalie. And it'll be very interesting to see the outcome of this game. But yeah, I mean, Breach and Clear, Bloomy shots, relatively new to the team, and I can already tell that he has formed a good sense of chemistry just based on the previous games that I've seen with him playing around with the team. So yeah, it'll be great to see how well both teams do within this game, and I believe we're readying up now. Okay, well, I'm ready, and these teams just about to be right at the final hour, in a sense, a couple minutes off from the 15-minute time limit, but no matches coming up after this, so we're going to be able to start here shortly. And well, here we go. Round 1 about to begin between these two teams. It is Pineapples over on the orange side, running with Hollow, Tipu, Chris MC, and Mike 89 VR, and over on Breach and Clear, Bloomy Shots, Agent Victoria, Sergeant CJ, and Soggy Bunnings snags as Pineapples snags this disc first. And an opening goal may have made its way there, but a bit of an off bounce from the backboard there. Didn't quite make its way there, and Sergeant's going to be able to steal that disc right away there from Pineapples and sends it down through to the left. Oh, right into the waiting midst, though, of Hollow. Has a lot of time to spare here. Now, Breach and Clear, I know one of the themes is in recent weeks, and we've been streaming a lot more Breach and Clear as well, and got a lot of their games in. Just seeing, indeed, the progression of that speed and, you know, trying to mix up the passing along with the quick clears and the quick stacks to buy them some victories. And whoa, hold on, though. Talk about a victory.
Close it up. That's the end of the game right there. Starting it off the right way with 3. Look at that pocket.
We've seen quite a few long shots throughout the day, and I feel like Mike is maybe you watch some of Cam Jam's gameplay and he's catching onto it. And I mean, that long shot placed perfectly in the top of that post there and just made its way in. Some call it luck, some call it skill. I'm waiting to see some more action here as Breach and Clear make their way. Soggy Bunnings, a good alert coming there with the communications, and he's going to go for a pass there to the left. And both players looking for the disc there. Mike unable to find it in the end for Agent Victoria was there to steal it, and bit of a double punch there. And TP was able to find it in the end, but Clear not going to make its way through the tunnel as Bloomy Shots was there for the reply.
Yeah, really nice positioning there to find that disc back. They will lose it out, unfortunately. Back the other way. That's going to take a bounce. Not find the same results as last time off that long heave, but will still be rebounded here now by Soggy Bunnings. Also, some pretty good positioning, though, was Hollow. So, I mean, Pineapple's losing the disc, and then right back to Breach and Clear. That's going to be right out of there and slung outside the bubble now, awaiting the rebound from Pineapples or Breach and Clear, actually. Both of them getting back there at once.
Yeah, and Luigi, don't give up hope yet. I see you in the chat saying, uh-oh. Well, I mean, Breach and Clear is certainly doing well to maintain this pressure that they have on Pineapples. I mean, we've seen quite a few attempts here by Breach and Clear, and I reckon they're still in this. I mean, still 7 minutes 40 on the clock, and only a 3-point lead, so definitely manageable. And a long shot there might make its way inside the goal, but it's going to hover a bit left to it off through the gap between the backboard and the goal there, and that's going to be Sergeant J with the recovery, potentially looking for a pass. Indeed he does. Soggy off the roof, might find a shot outside the bubble, a 3-pointer, but Hollow with the save.
Hollow saying hello to that disc, but Bloomy Shots just as well. A deep pass over, recognizing teammate there, Agent Victoria, able to retain, but not for too long, getting stunned out, shaking the head, and right out the right tunnel now as the 2 chains comes off these stacks, and now taking place on the defense for Breach and Clear, so getting back nice and quickly on the defense at least.
And Mike having a bit of a miss throw there. I'm not sure if that was going to be a pass, but regardless, it is going to find its way back into the hands of Pineapples. He went for a bit of a slap back action there in order to maintain possession, but the disc found its way into the hands of Breach and Clear, who are struggling for the disc here, but in the end, a bit of dubstep action, followed up by Soggy Bunnings grabbing the disc, and he had some pressure on him, so he went for the throw. That disc is going to bounce up, and Hollow was there waiting for it.
Soggy doing a little bit of magic trick. Now I see it. Now I don't know. Somehow back in his hands, but right back into the waiting hands here. Breach and Clear, so positioning out, finding those intercepts here. Mid lane really paying off for both teams, although not to the tune of too many points as it goes off the corner, back out to the bubble, self-rebound, and trying to back it out to the bow tie very nicely.
And a good back pass there, and they went for a setup through to the bottom left, but the defense from Pineapple's kicking in there, and they're looking to return this disc back into the blue side, and an attempt at that is going to bounce right back to Breach and Clear, and Soggy Bunnings on a one-on-one situation here. He can pass it, but he's going to take it all the way with an inside shot.
Yeah, nice hit there from Soggy Bunnings. So after numerous attempts, finally, able to find the bottom of the goal, but there was just a lot of those possession exchanges, basically. You saw intercepts left, right, and center from both these teams before we finally got the second goal of this round.
And only a 1-point lead here Pineapples have, so Breach and Clear certainly still in it. And the regrabs coming in here from Pineapples though, but the bit of it didn't quite find the disc in time as Breach and Clear were able to quickly grab that and look for a return here now. No re-grabs coming in here from Breach and Clear. Either they were spaced out from each other, but we can definitely hear the comms coming in from across from both teams. And noting earlier that we're hearing a lot of alerting and a lot of reminders from we can hear Sergeant J reminding his teammates to make those passes where needed. As we can see here, the passes making their way inside the bubble, and Agent Victoria finding those 2 points.
And just so chat is aware, PAMWOW here is not hearing things. I mean, he is, but I know Stream can't hear the comms. They are muted, but PAMWOW, he's hearing stuff, so communicating that for us, I suppose, and relaying the information. And yeah, comms, super important, most important thing, really, of Echo at the competitive level.
Did Palidore just say something, or am I hearing things? I don't know. But anyway, Chris Mick making his way. Chris Mick making his way with the disc, but it's going to get intercepted there by Soggy, who attempts to clear it, but it's going to find its way back into the hands of Mike, who gets stunned out there. And Agent Victoria with the disc here, placed it in front of her with the regrabs coming in from Sergeant, who isn't able to find that disc in time as the stun makes its way, and Mike finds that back pass, but the clear isn't as effective as he wanted it to be, and the pass is making their way now.
Yeah, I really like the passing here, and I like the placement. Soggy Bunnings gets that 7th point here for Breach and Clear.
And a 7-3 lead now for Breach and Clear, and I feel like Pineapples had that opening shot, and it did definitely set that momentum for quite a while here, but Breach and Clear able to hold on and definitely take back the lead here within this first round, and 3 minutes 38 left on the clock. It's going to be Tipu with the disc.
Just a bit of a rough rollout will result in a turnover. There's Agent Victoria, nice handoff, just kind of sending it to Soggy over the bow tie, meeting it halfway as well. Putting in a lot of moves. I like you said, I can't hear the comms, but you can, and I mean they're looking good, so I can only assume, you know, they're communicating where that next pass is going. That's what you love to see in terms of that progression from the meta standpoint.
Yeah, yeah, just on what you said with the communications, definitely a lot coming in here from Breach and Clear, which is exactly what you want to see. We can hear them like alerting when there's players on them and bring it back to bow tie, all of the above stuff like that. It's great to hear, especially for teams, a bit of dubstep action, but especially for teams improving their chemistry and just basing their plays across from their communication. It's definitely what you want to see, especially in teams in the Oceanic region who definitely could use a lot more communication, as we've seen from the earlier games of this season. But regardless, Hollow with the disc now.
And Hollow over there to Chris. I see Manly Pineapple there in the chat cheering on this team and cheering on Hollow, saying doing really well there inside the goal. And yeah, Gilligan as well, saying go teams, our league moderator there of the Wireless Jacks as well. And welcome to the streams as we wind down this round. 2 minutes and 10 remaining as a steal from Mike doesn't supply the clear, however. Agent Victoria now working it back up the floor.
And Agent Victoria now with a nice pass there, but a bit of an intercept from the trench. It's going to bounce it right up there, and a bit of an awkward bounce, which might result in Pineapples finding this first. Both players fighting for it here, but the slap coming from the Pineapples into the Breach and Clear's section there, and the regrabs are coming in, and that's going to be Breach and Clear finding it first and going for a clear here through to the left tunnel.
Well, but nice job once more. We've seen Pineapples, they have gotten a nice handful of handfuls in terms of the interceptions, but hasn't been able to translate to points. Now they are looking for that pass up high to the nest area, but was stunned out there. Tipu was, you know, well positioned, but cut off by the defense nicely. But look, there's a midfielder there, just past the hands, however, and a nice flyby stun, and a very soft dish for a goal attempt as it's rebounded and tried to be sent in again, but just another narrow miss, and that is a tough one.
Didn't quite find the rebound shot there on the open goal, but regardless, they're still looking for some more shots here. Breach and Clear making their way towards the disc. That's going to be Agent Victoria outside, but a great save there coming from Hollow, who sends it right back through mid. And I feel like this is exactly where Luigi would be for the funnel back into the offensive side, but he's not there, but the regrabs certainly are, and they're making their way to find this quick clear answer back.
And 3 different midfielders here for Pineapples, and more rebounds. I mean, they've, I do believe, been winning out in the rebounding or the intercepting department, or I should say, there from the midline. But again, it's kind of being stifled at the goal for them, unable to get more than those first 3 points early on in this round, and it's going to turn into a round 1 victory for Breach and Clear. Soggy Bunnings looking for one more. There's some nice defense from Tipu.
And both teams certainly have done well within this first round, but Breach and Clear have done well to hold on and maintain their lead, and they might look for a final play here on the goal. A bit of a ding off the top post, didn't quite find it, and with 7 seconds left on the clock, unless we're going to have another miraculous long shot like we've seen throughout these games today, he's just going to hold on to the disc in the end and claim this first round 7-3 for Breach and Clear.
Yeah, so off you know, the initial points being scored there, those 3 points. Ever since then, Breach and Clear, I think that was enough to kind of snap them into action, and yeah, just finding enough traction to get the narrow victory. I mean, not by a huge margin, but just enough to kind of comfortably sail through in this lower scoring first round of this matchup.
And Luigi Logic's prediction coming true here. They're making up for the lack of him with a lot of points. Nearly said lack of points. And yeah, I mean, across the board, I mean, Bloomy certainly has done well. I mean, especially in the defense section, I mean, he found a nice stun there on Tipu, so the pass didn't quite make it to him while Tipu was waiting on Nest, and basically interrupted that whole attack that Pineapples had. And so definitely, yeah, making up for the absence of Luigi's supreme goalkeeping. But regardless, yeah, all members certainly pulling their weight here, and same goes for Pineapples. I mean, they've had quite a few good attacks here, but just the constant pressure coming in from Breach and Clear in the later half of this round, making those clears becoming more difficult, and just the pressure is just making those passes more hard to complete. But regardless, we'll be heading into this second round quite soon.
Yeah, countdown now underway. And here we go. Looks like there the stat puller didn't actually get Soggy's stats, so just for posterity, I'll pull them up for you right there, because worth looking at 5, 1, 1, 2, and 25. That's a nice stat line across the board for Soggy. Definitely pulling his own weight here, as is often the case. Talented player here in his team of Breach and Clear. And round 2, there you go. First joust knocked loose a few times, but eventually going to be taken back by Tipu for Pineapples and the Clear.
Yep, and now Breach and Clear coming with a response. Yeah, it's going to be Agent Victoria with the disc, clearing it through to the midsection. Bloomies finds the disc, and long pass there through to the left, and they might look for a play here. Sergeant, he's waiting for the disc, but the Tipu did well there to quickly leave his post. I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of a technical issue with my maps. I'm trying to assume which players are where, but regardless, Bloomy shots with the disc, throwing it down to the bottom. But
there we go.
Speaking of that, regardless, I can hear the communications coming from Breach and Clear. Pass it back, let's reset, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Great communication, and the play is not making it, unfortunately, that pass. But regardless, they still might find the rebound and a play. But nope, that's going to be the stun coming from Pineapples, and another clear.
A lot of stuns, doing some maybe Gilligan impressions there. Obviously, Gilligan, can't mention him without mentioning the incredible brawl ability, and we're seeing that a lot here for Pineapples. And Breach and Clear, as it once again just turns into this pile up in the mid lane. A lot of these back and forth possession changes, exchanges, Soggy bunning snacks, trying to get a bounce, but the Nest's going to be in the way, but not too bad, because still there for a self rebound, and they're back at the offense again.
Yep, and the pass backs are definitely making their way throughout Breach and Clear, which is something interesting. I feel like a lot of the other teams, we're not seeing these pass backs coming within these other teams in the Oceanic region, but Breach and Clear is certainly attempting to utilize them, as he's able to, as Bloomy Shots was able to quickly cling on there and went for the steal, but had a bit of a lag issue there, so that disc is going to go flying out of who knows where, and Tipu is going to find it in the end, however, and a pass there to the bottom, right past the trench, and now Mike playing a pass there to Tipu, and Tipu just finds that shot inside the goal. A bit of a lag / glitch there, not sure what you want to call it dubstep, but it's going to result in Pineapples finding that possession and finding a play on goal. But regardless, Mike and Tipu definitely have done well there with those 2 points.
Yeah, well, similar start to this round as we saw over there in the first, where Pineapples do get that first score after a lot of jostling for position here in the second. But the question is, can they maintain that? Can they get some more points on the board? You know, start turning that into momentum and not just have it be kind of those one-off goals and, then concedes to Breach and Clear, which is kind of what happened in that first round. Soggy Bunnings losing it out, though. Nice steal there from Mike.
Yep, and Sergeant's there trying to quickly recover that disc, but it's going to be Tipu in the end finding it first and trying to clear it through to the left to potentially follow up with a play here. And 6 minutes 50 left on the clock. Breach and Clear looking for an answer back quite soon, as they had done so in the first round, but Holo is going to quickly collect that disc and look for a bit of a slow play now. So similar to Breach and Clear, Pineapple's now looking to draw out some players. And
I really had the camera just right behind the shoulder of Chris, and you could really see him directing traffic and trying to communicate to his teammates where to go. Unfortunately for them, they will turn it over here, and will it result in some points? Ideally for them, not. A nice slap clear, actually perfect to the other side, but Bloomy shots right there for the intercept again.
Great camera work from whoever's working that camera, but regardless, Breach and Clear. Oh, it's you? Or in that case, then horrible camera work. I don't know who's doing it, but stop. Just let it do it itself. I'm joking. Don't fire me. Anyway, Bloomy shots with the disc here in the midsection. Passes it off to Soggy. Soggy on the shield. Might go for a pass or a shot. It's going to ding off the top, but the rebound didn't quite make its way back to him. And the reply from Pineapples and a clear. I'm trying to drain out this conversation because I'm trying to pretend that I didn't just offend Palidore's cameraing abilities. Please don't yell at me.
I won't. Yet. So rebounded here at the top, though. It's Hollow with that disc, sending it over to the intercept again. Agent Victoria this time. Seems like everywhere they look for any kind of pass, any kind of clear, there's just going to be a player waiting as a shot goes, whoa, really close on that rebounded play. And outside the bubble, by the cloud, not snagged by anyone. Bloomy and Sargent able to get that disc back momentarily. But now Chris with a fling.
Yeah, a lot of close shots coming to breaching on Pineapples from breaching clear, and I feel like if they're just able to quickly pinpoint a few more shots, they will definitely find themselves in the lead here. But until then, a 2-0 lead here for Pineapples, and it's been 5 minutes and still yet to see a response coming from breaching clear, which we might see now as two members look for a play here, but they're going to get stunned out and leading to a 1v1, which also alternately leads to Chris MC finding that disc and going for a clear here into the breaching clear section.
And this is what we were worried about for Pineapple's side at the very least. We saw them get that first goal after a couple of minutes, but the question was, would it be like round one where they broke the seal, but then nothing really came of it? The saving grace here is the fact that breach and clear has kind of been the same. They haven't been able to break the seal on their scoring yet. So, I mean, Pineapple's still in pretty good position to maybe force the second round 3 here we've seen in these OCE matches tonight.
Yep, and Soggy finding that clear there, and but Holo is there yet again in the keeping side. He's done very well this game with just quickly collecting that disc and feeding it back to his team. But can he make an effective clear here as Agent Victoria finds the stun on him, and the pass didn't quite make it, and it might work against him now as breaching clear collect themselves. Soggy Bunnings on the left side gets stunned out. Can Agent Victoria find it off the floor? Holo barely missing the disc there, and a bit of an overshot there, but that's going to be Pineapples in the end finding the clear.
All right, but finding that disc right back. Tipu just dragging it out there right from the beneath the reach of that breach and clear player, as it does sail back into their own arms, though. No one there awaiting, so that's kind of where the comms definitely would have been handy, just to know the positioning of either a teammate for a pass or just the fact that the defense was already retreated. That said, Hollow's there in the deep back line, still able to get it back, so not a problem.
And breach and clear definitely want to be looking for a play here. There's 3 minutes 15 left on the clock, and it seems like that time has just been ticking away as multiple punches come out across the board here. And Soggy Bunnings with the disc now. He's got Tipu on him and tries to go for a pass there through to the bottom of the trench, but pass isn't going to make it directly to where he wanted it to go, and a bit of dubstep action followed by breach and clear possession, possibly Soggy Bunnings with the disc here, passing it towards the bottom. That's going to be Agent Victoria on the floor. Went for an overshot, but a bit too off the target there from the top side of the goal.
All right, now rolling around the rim of that tunnel a little bit. Tipu and Mike looking for that collection. A big brawl is just forming there right at the bow tie. So unlike the bow tie, nothing gentlemanly about that. That was just rude. But Hollow here, once again, consistently in that back line, able to get that disc back. But they need to find a score. I mean, 8 minutes in, and we've only had one goal in this round. So both these teams being held down a bit. But as I say that, they're gonna score. It's Tipu. They're up by 4. Pineapples looking mighty fine. Apples.
And that was definitely a mighty fun shot there from Tipu. I mean, another inside shot to bring them up to 4-0. Breaching clear, definitely not happy with that one. And with a joust advantage here, breaching clear certainly needed to find an answer like they had done so in the first round. And I feel like now might be the time with this joust advantage. The disc is going to be hovering within the midsection. Agent Victoria finding that. And a bit of a long shot there. Maybe would have been playing for a rebound play style there, but Holo was able to just collect that in the end. And now they've got the points advantage here, and they've also got time. So, I mean, Tipu did well to hold that and pass it at the correct timing. I mean, Holo, excuse me. But that's going to be breaching clear, finding the steal in the end. And yet again, back to Pineapples. Yeah,
nice take back from them. Gotta say, like, for breach and clear side at this point, you know, you've seen Hollow. What's going on here, Tipu? Was that a uh-oh. Well, I can't hear them, but we're having a conversation.
Soggy screamed, "We pressed rematch."
They pressed rematch. and having some mid-round combos here, much like us on the cast, I suppose. All right, well, that happened. I think now we're in an odd position where we have to figure out when the time was, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, the time is ticking down, so until this happens, I'm not sure what's going on, but until they sort that stuff out, just taking a look at the chat here. Cyanide, thank you for stopping by and appreciate the comments, mate. Really appreciate it. Taking a look also. Gilligan, crazy matchup. This casting is dope. Thank you. Appreciate it a lot. And we got also Tech rooting for Pineapple, and same as Manly Pineapple, not surprised there. And yeah, thank you all for stopping by in the chat.
Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, much agreed. Cyanide saying PAMWOW crushing it. Very correct. Soon enough, I'll be crushing him for his comments earlier. But until then, he is doing an excellent job, as always. So definitely, I talk about how low-key these games, like low-key awesome these are to cast and to watch and over in the region. That includes the cast. You know, kind of hidden gems all abound at this region. And soon people will know.
Soon. But I feel like they have called a bit of a technical timeout / rematch / I don't know what's going on / I don't know whose timeout it is. I think it might have been breaching clears since Soggy Bunnings was the person to scream that aloud at a quite aggressive tone. So I feel like we might be heading back into this game soon, just quickly adjusting the points and the time here, and we'll be ready to go. So
Soggy Bunnings mads?
Yeah, Soggy Bunnings is very mad, and Sergeant is crazy, and I don't know how to make anything out from the other two names.
Sergeant in charge, I suppose, and I don't know. Got Agent Victoria with the team bonding, because Agent Bond. There's one. Bloomy shots, blooming like an onion as we try to pick apart the layers of what's happening here on this timeout of sorts. Awkward situation, but we're gonna figure this one out, or at least they will. Yeah. We don't have to, but they will.
We don't have to. We can chill. And I was actually thinking earlier, if we were having this discussion about the overtime podcast, and I want you to say overtime again within this stream, but until then, also wanted to talk about it would be interesting if we did have something along the lines of a podcast, like an overtime thing. It'd be cool if we could actually like interview maybe the team captains possibly, or just someone from both teams after the game. I feel like I would bring a lot of inside information to the games, and just a new perspective and a fresh one, if that. And because I mean, as we can tell, I mean, I'm listening on the comms, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot that I might possibly miss, or a lot of plays that we might unfortunately miss, and I feel like it would be great just to get the players' perspective here. But yeah, overtime podcast certainly, it's certainly in my mind.
Yeah, referring of course to a few nights ago, or more than a few, but last week at some point, back when my internet was working initially, yeah, had that match that was a match and then wasn't a match, and then we just kind of hung around and talked for something like 45 minutes or whatever, and it was fun. It was, like I said, for one reason or the other, there's just a lot of things that happen in these late night streams, you know, for me anyways, late night, and always entertaining. I remember VTS popping in and rated us as well with his viewers as he ended his stream, and we had some chats. It was good stuff for those kind of missing out on the context, I suppose. It was a lot of this. It was just me and PAMWOW talking, you know, shooting the breeze a little bit, talking about these teams, interviews. Yeah, that would be super cool. And maybe one day, Pam, we will have Echo overtime.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to hear as well. Technical Rex, I've already given your birthday friend a shout out. Okay.
later though.
Okay. I think there it is. Beautiful. That's what you want to see. Sorry, a bit of stream delay for me, but that's what you want to see. The overtime, it's there, it's perfect.
You're perfect.
Yeah, but thank you. Did you say you wanted to read it for the Tech Rex shout out thing, or were you referring to something else? I can't remember.
No, I was just saying I wanna redo, give you a few different things to work with, I suppose. later on though. But yeah, I mean, we can always shout out who's the birthday for again. We'll shout him out.
No, Tech Rex was I was saying I'm not gonna shout out Tech Rex's birthday. I mean, sorry, I'm getting my things twisted now. So I was saying no, Tech Rex, I'm not gonna shout out another thing. You already shouted out your birthday friend, but he also wants me to shout out the mini games night for OC tonight at 7 p.m. AEST.
Uh-oh. Oh, now we got some dabbing by Bloomy shots. I don't know about this. Oh, that dab form, questionable. I'm just kidding, of course. Although, you'd fit right in there with Simon from oh no. Oh, okay. Oh, your arm. You broke it. Dab so hard, you broke the elbow. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that does it. That does it to you. Unfortunately, it is a case that most Echo players do experience, and unfortunately, I believe that will render what's his name? I can't even see it. They'll render Bloomy Shots out from the game, and he's gonna have to find a substitute quite soon, or else, yeah. I mean, you got a broken arm. Good luck with that. Good luck throwing a disc with that one. But yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing now. I think they're trying to dance and entertain the stream while we wait for this situation to kind of resolve.
Yeah. Did you by any chance get ears on what the exact issue was? Because no one had crashed or anything. All the players have been here, so.
Okay, so Soggy Bunningson has messaged saying that the game is glitchy and restarting the private. So they are attempting to restart the lobby. I'm not sure how will that go regarding.
Okay, well, I can't do anything about it. So at least right now, but. Interesting. I mean, I guess that both teams agree, but that's just odd timing, I suppose, is all. But nonetheless, we will go wherever they go, for we have no choice. We are casters, and thus we are prisoners to the players.
Yep. And I feel like I'm not sure if the lobby will restart or they're just going to leave and join back. I'm not sure actually what they're doing here, but regardless, if it fixes it, it fixes it. And yep. So, also on this game, I feel like this is something that I'm always going to bring up, and I always say this every time, but deal with it. The clears coming in from both teams here, I feel like that's one of the main things that both teams certainly need to be taking a look into, because we did see quite a few good plays there from Pineapples. As we can see, they do have a 4-point lead on Breach and Clear, and I feel like Breach and Clear, they definitely had quite a few shots on Pineapples, but Pineapples were just able to find those points where Breach and Clear weren't able to utilize their clears to the proper extent that they should be, leaving Pineapples just to find these one-on-one situations with the goalkeeper. And I feel like that is one of the main issues that we've been presented with here. And another main issue is that we're still waiting for the players to actually join back. So just waiting on that. But yeah, thank you again for Twitch chat for staying by and your messages. Like to see it. OMG, the stun count coming from Tech Rex. Of course, you would notice the stun count, the original Dusty. It's like the thing that you like to do for some reason.
Yeah, those Dusty plays, aka I still don't know what to call it because it doesn't. I compare it to the Ender, aka kind of the Halo move, the Angel. It's called a lot of different things. It's not quite that because it's not really shielding yourself so much as just going for an outright stun, flat out on the player. But yeah, one of those unique phrases, and there's a lot of them in Echo. Too much to keep track of sometimes, especially with the quest base having their own unique phrasing and play calls. So it's kind of fun to learn those things over time myself. I'm still learning new things here 3 years later in Echo.
Yep, and I hope to learn some new things about Echo as well. I mean, I have also yet to learn some slang from the American vocabulary. I mean, Palidore has gotten the gist of the Australian language as of so far, but yet to get into an NA game and be hit with 20 words that I've got no idea what they mean or what anything is. I don't know, but yeah, maybe could you give me a bit of a tutor lesson with those?
Yeah, well, some of it you can see on those pre-show scenes. In fact, I should add Dusty to it, but yeah, the little pre-show cards. I mean, there's a good variety of personally named things. We talk about the boop shot, of course, up on that ceiling, right above the cloud. That's kind of what it's referenced to. You have stuff like, well, the cloud shot, indeed, or sometimes called the what shot or the woe shot. First seen in preseason 1 by Synapse. Zach W making that kind of a thing, pulling that one out. You got the sealable slam, aka sealable bag from Kangaroos. He was quite famed and proclaimed for being a just incredible dunkster, basically, in the first couple of years. He did a lot of things, granted, but he really kind of perfected the alley-oop plays and the slam dunks. There's a good handful of things for sure.
Those close-up plays in the goal, it's definitely threatening when you're a goalkeeper. I mean, when the player with the disc is completely like is open and it's a one-on-one situation, you're always praying as a goalkeeper that they're gonna like take the time and go for a nice shot. But when you see them charging towards you to that goal, you know you're in for a rough time, because those players, as we've seen throughout some of these games here, they're definitely really good with maneuvering around the goalpost and finding those dunks in places you didn't think were possible. Yeah, but it's definitely something you got to look out for when you're keeping. But regardless, just waiting on both players to find a new private lobby here, as the previous one, I believe, was a bit glitched. But until then, just having a nice convo here with your boy Pally.
That's me.
And yeah.
All right. Well, ignore the clickety-clack. I'm too lazy to mute my thing right now. But I was trying to. I did get an invite, but it wasn't letting me in, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. I was just getting some error messages or something, so I'm hoping we get back in. Otherwise, this will, in fact, turn into another episode of Echo of Overtime, it would seem. I didn't think it was going to be the case, but now it suddenly is. So here we go. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yep. And just taking a look at the stats here, I mean, it's only been a round and a half, but definitely seen a lot of good plays across the board here. Agent Victoria with 2 points, 3 steals, 28 stuns. You got Bloomy Shots with an assist and 20 stuns. Sargent with his 2 steals and 20 stuns, and Soggy Bunnings with 13 stuns. And they've breach and clear. They've made quite a few good plays here, especially with their communication and their passing, and it's all there. I feel like just some more accurate passing and more accurate shots definitely could help them out here. And moving over also towards Pineapples, we've got Holo with 4 saves, which were some very good saves there, and 2 stuns. We've got Mike with 3 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, 5 steals, and 48 stuns. Chris with his 43 stuns, and Tippo with his 4 points, 1 save, 1 steal, and 40 stuns.
Yeah, a lot of stuns for sure. Right now, I'm stunned trying to figure out how to get in this match. Let me know. Maybe they should invite you. Who knows? Because right now it's not letting me in. I did get an invite, but only one, and that was a few minutes back. So not having any luck. And if that's the case, I'm not hearing really comms from the teams either. So
yeah, I'm waiting for these messages coming from the teams, but just not getting anything at the moment. But yeah, just also a quick note, maybe a quick shout out to you again in the Twitch chat. Thank you for all stopping by, really appreciate you. And also quick thank you to Ready at Dawn and our sponsors at ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixit Gaming, Rebuff Reality, and VRWare. And of course, a big shout out to our moderators with Nadar Gilligan, Sneak Evil, Princess Holocaust, Dano McFabulous, and Echo Zero, while we wait for this Echo game to begin.
You said Nadar again. She's gonna kill you.
I always say Nadar. Nadar. I always say Nadar. I don't know.
Ta-da!
Tada, nada.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, quite frankly, I might be wrong on that as well. I don't. I say nada, like de nada. Like de nada.
De nada.
Spanish, but no, I think it's nada or nada. One of those two. One of us could be right. I did get another invite, so fingers crossed here. By the way, quick mention out to, once again, Oculus venues on Sunday. Will be Smash Dash versus Kinetic. We have Paragon and Saigon. We have Wombo Combo versus Rusty Robots, and Kangarillas versus Zero. So be on the lookout for that. And it is on Atlas for you, Sir Pam.
Yes, sir. I have connected, and I believe we'll be getting back into this game right where we belong. We were a bit stranded there for a second, but we found our way back, and hopefully both teams still good to go here as we connect to this game.
Yeah, the fingers are crossed. I'm just getting right back in it now, and all right, yeah, we are good. All things considered, we lived through it. So I'm gonna tag the teams, and no, I didn't need to tag the teams. Well, they're gonna start. Here we go. This is the continuation of the round, at least in the next minute or so. As not sure what time we had on the clock. Looks like 2:15, and a 4-point lead for Pineapples.
They didn't care. They sent the invites, and they're like, you know what? If they're joining, they're joining. We want to start this game because we've got some heat to discuss. And with Pineapples having a 4-point lead on Breach and Clear, hopefully maybe within this spare time they've had, maybe talk some strategy, maybe possibly looking to adapt. And hey, I mean, this break that we've seen here definitely may have reset the momentum that Pineapples found themselves in with their 4-point lead, and Breach and Clear definitely will be looking for a response here. But yeah, regardless, both teams just waiting for them to ready up here, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, so just figuring out their situation, and so are we. I mean, this basically was a podcast chat, more or less. We didn't talk about a whole lot of substance, admittedly, but it's what we can do on the fly. That said, we're gonna fly by here for the continuation as they poke the terminal again here. They're restarting again. They're restarting. Oh my. Oh no. Oh dear. Lions, tigers, and bears. Well.
Oh my.
Bear with it. We're restarted once more.
Welcome back to overtime.
Wait. Welcome back to Echo Overtime.
Yeah, welcome back to the podcast, everyone. And I'm actually joined here by Palidore, and busting out the American voice this time because we're really excited to head back into this match soon. But until then, we're going to be talking all things and everything. So let's talk about this potential for a voice swap here, because I really feel like the community have been hanging around for it, and we did mention it in our first few games, but we never actually did it. So what are your thoughts on that?
Oh. Too much pressure. I don't want to offend, people. I don't want to cause an international riot or incident. There's already so much happening.
The thing is, right, Australia is such like a multicultural country that we've gotten so many different accents and so many different perspectives on what we sound like that pretty much you can say anything and we won't get offended because we kind of cop it on a daily basis.
Hey, by the way, the round is starting again here. I think. I don't give me a phrase. I'll mimic you. I'll ease my way into it. Give me something that's not I'll give
you something. Okay. How's it going, mates?
How's it going, mates?
See, yep, 100%, got it.
100%.
No offense.
No offense.
Yep. There it is.
There it is.
And you gotta keep going. Okay.
All right. Well, now that we've got that out of the way, this was the first and second and the last episode of Echo Overtime. The downfall about doing the whole overtime bit here is I do actually have to press the round 2 animation again just to make sure it's accurate. That said, fingers crossed. I think we're getting ready to start.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Yeah, and also just looking in the chat, Cosmo, I think Breach and Click can still win this. Yeah, I mean, they certainly do have that first round under the belts, and a 4-point lead is, although it does seem like a lot with only, I believe, 2 minutes 15 left on the clock, Breach and Clear is certainly still in this game to win it, and we'll be heading into it quite right now, I believe, and hopefully no more match intercepts or interrupts here as the game progresses.
All right. So, round 2, 2 minutes left, deep into the orange zone. A nice punch by Agent Victoria, and stealing that goal here right off 11 seconds into that restart. So, obviously not frozen, coming in right quick and looking hot.
And we talked about this in the podcast. I mean, I feel like this time that Breach and Clear have had a way while we were waiting for this game to begin, this second round to relaunch back in, they certainly have collected themselves, and a 2-point response coming there from Agent Victoria. They might find another as all 4 members make their way in, and the stuns coming in potentially to set it up, and the steal coming from the goalie. Oh my lord, Breach and Clear nearly able to find that right from the goalie's possession there, and a bottom shot there coming from Bloomy. A lot of pressure coming here immediately from Breach and Clear, and another potential play here on the inside the bubble, but that's going to lead to a nice clear coming there from Pineapples.
What an incredible save that was, though. So much interference being ran and all stunned at the same moment just about, and still managing to come out with a disc just long enough to cause the miss as well, even on the steal back. So that was super impressive. And Pineapples, they're in control by 2 points, granted, so not a lot, but they do have the lead, and now gonna lose it out here, so as long as they deny a 3, we still have time maybe for an OT if nothing else, as the stuns go out, the headbutt goes down and slapped out. Very clever, but just bought them a rebound at the very least here for Breach and Clear, and another attempt, 34 seconds left.
Pineapple's definitely feeling the pressure here as they're attempting to keep these clears coming their way up, but the clears are nearly resulting in punishments coming from Breach and Clear. 24 seconds left on the clock. All players looking for a potential play here. Sergeant Soggy Bunnings making his way, but that clear might seal this round up. And Tipu with 47 meters out from the goal found that long shot of 3 points with 8 seconds left on the goal. My lord.
What a ridiculous shot that was to close this round out. I mean, the margin of error, that was a difficult hit, and just nailing it there, just kind of a nail in the coffin, I suppose. And they will indeed force the round 3 after all. So 7-2 on that round. Super impressive.
Yeah, very interesting turnaround coming from Pineapples. And you mentioned this earlier. I feel like Pineapples are able to find these opening points whether luck or skill, they find them in the end. And these long shots are just working for Pineapples. And Breach and Clear, they did find the first round. They were able to hold on and come back from those opening points, but Pineapple's able to maintain their lead here. And Tipu finding that final long shot, definitely, as you said, nailing in that coffin. And Breach and Clear will be looking for a response here as we have another podcast on its way. I don't know. I mean, I think players are looking to restart. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, well, it looks like one of the players here switched to the other side to communicate, so maybe you can eavesdrop and let us know. Oops, switch right back, actually. So I'm not sure. Maybe just adjusting something or other. Actually, the times, perhaps, but looking like, okay, so that's probably what it was, I imagine. Just making sure the rules and stuff were set because of all the change-ups there from the timeout earlier. That would make sense. I always forget that.
And Luigi Logic, what a game. Yep, same thing with Tech Rex, what a shot. Great to see this coming from the team member of Breach and Clear. Tipu, I mean, that long shot, we've seen a lot of long shots within the Oceanic Games today, but that definitely was the longest long shot that we've seen today. 47 meters out, and a great shot indeed. Breach and Clear, definitely, they have that pressure that they had within the final moments of that second round. It was definitely there, and Pineapple certainly did feel it. And I feel like it was just a solid clear coming from Pineapples, which led to Breach and Clear unfortunately taking this to the third round. But yeah, we will be heading into this third round, and it'll be interesting to see who can come out on top.
Yeah, anyone's game for sure. Just a reversal of momentum there. I mean, even through the timeouts and whatnot, the server switches, still maintaining that lead narrowly that they had for Pineapples, and then finished out with that last 3 there at the end. Definitely tip of the hat to Tipu for that. But yeah, almost a mirror image across the rounds there. You can see 3-7, and then 7-2. So not quite perfect symmetry, but close enough. Just to tell me that, yeah, this is a very close match, and round 3 hopefully providing much of the same once it does get started here. which is now.
And yeah, I believe both teams readying up here, and we'll be heading into this third round joust here. And wow, it's been quite an interesting game with a lot of turn of events and a lot of pauses and a lot of podcasts. But regardless, we are heading into this round here with the joust making their way and Pineapples finding the disc first.
All right, slowly making its way to the bubble. Not as slowly as a good boost coming in from Pineapples. They won't get to the disc initially, but finds it off the bounce. There's Tipu being stunned by Soggy, and Soggy looking down mid lane for a clear, but they got to watch out because this is the same case as the last two rounds. At some point, Breach and Clear really needs to recognize the fact that Hollow has been there. He's been getting every intercept in the deep back line anytime they clear it that direction. Nope. Okay.
And a nice friendly ding there on the post. I nearly got scared there for a second. I thought he was going for an own goal sabotage play there, but regardless, Breach and Clear gonna have the disc in the end. Went for a bit of a clear, but Tipu's gonna find it off the roof, and not sure how that pass was going to work for him in the end, as it just went right back into the hands of Breach and Clear, who might find a play here. Oh, Hollow went for the clear, but Breach and Clear were there, and Age of Victoria collecting that disc and finding that long shot, opening up this round. And for the first time, Breach and Clear going to be taking the lead, opening up the round.
Yeah, the last couple of rounds, it was just all Pineapples. Granted, you'd see these scoring lulls in between that first goal and the next one. So I think it's going to be really telling what happens here in the next minute or two. Ideally for Breach and Clear, now that they've found that seal broken, they want to do it again if they can. They don't want to see these droughts where both teams kind of lose out on their rhythm.
And Mike, outside the bubble here, in a 1v2 situation, is going to get stolen right from behind him. Soggy, he's done very well to steal the disc off members from Pineapples who have been going for attacks here. And Age of Victoria coming with the regrabs here from Sargent. Barely missed him there, but from outside the bubble, a 1v1 situation.
Wow.
It's going to be Hollow in the end, finding the disc. And with two members, you have to wonder if you could send another player to stun the goalkeeper, but in that a shot there nearly made its way in the goal there from Pineapples.
Yeah, Hollow really showing his stuff. You saw Manly Pineapple in the Twitch chat earlier on complimenting the skills of Hollow, and Hollow just doing exactly that. More of that here in the third round. Some good grabs, and will result in the reaction for maybe some action, some offensive action. Going for a bold one. That's going to roll in, roll out, and over to the top wedge, where there's no doubt going to be some contesting going there, as the defense for Breach and Clear does get it back.
Yep, and something that I've been noticing here is that the amount of communication coming from Breach and Clear is certainly very good, but I'm noticing that when Pineapples are attacking, like Tipu was in a position of a play there earlier, but Soggy Bunnings was able to sneak up behind him and steal that disc without any problems as Pineapples make their way inside the bubble. It's an open goal. They've got three members there, and Chris MC is going to finalize that with 2 points.
Yeah, Chris finding their first two now, and that's also good to see. So it didn't take too long, just a minute and a half after that first goal was scored by Breach and Clear, who will get this disc right back now on the offensive joust. And see Luigi Logic in there, complimenting the goaltending from Hollow as well. So indeed, here goes. Oh, another shot attempt off that turnover. Just won't make it, but still nice goings to at least get the defensive play and cause a lot of trouble here for Breach and Clear.
Yeah, these long shots coming in from Pineapples certainly are very threatening, and quite a few of them just barely hitting the post there, so very unfortunate for them. But Breach and Clear looking to make use of this situation. Age of Victoria to the left, and that's going to be Sergeant J outside the bubble. Went for a pass there onto the bottom. Bloomy shots inside, didn't quite find the goal there, and Pineapple was able to fend that one off and send it through to the midsection.
Definitely was a tough attempt there. Almost was looking directly vertical. So tough on the conversion, no doubt straining the neck muscles a little bit. But Hollow not strained at all on the defensive end, really just maintaining that backline anchor and finding every loose disc, it would seem, as they try to send one over to the other end. But just the same, Bloomy Shots is there for the grab and for the send out.
And I feel like a lot of these attempts coming from Breach and Clear as two of their members get stunned out there. When it's a 2v1 situation like we saw earlier, is it right to dedicate someone to stunning the goalkeeper and just completely just take home that point? Because we saw this situation earlier. Agent Victoria and Soggy Bunnings inside the bubble, finding those 2 points. And
outside and inside.
Doing well. Yeah, outside and inside.
They're living La Vida Loca, but 5-2, Breach and clear. 5 minutes left in this third round. About an hour after start time, but we are here. This has been a battle of attrition. And right now, on a mission, our Pineapples to score and just bring it right back again.
Outside, inside, out. Agent Soggy, Victoria. I don't know. That's gonna
I like
be
it.
difficult.
Is that the overtime theme song now? I guess.
I hope so. But Holo, yeah. Actually, I don't want to get away from that topic. I hope it is because that's a good song. Anyway, Holo grabbing that disc and sending it back to Breach and clear. Bloomy shots. Gonna quickly grab that one and. Bit of a bounce off the floor there. I think he was having, based on what I heard in the communications, I think he was experiencing some technical issues there. But regardless, it is still going to be in the possession of Breach and clear with 4 minutes 25 left on the clock.
And if they score here, that'll be definitely a bonus for them to pull ahead by, at minimum a couple goals. At the moment, though, holding on to it and. Some stuns being exchanged, and now just need to find maybe a boost if they can. Otherwise, that's going to happen there where Soggy recovers. And we've already seen for Pineapple's side, it was Hollow doing a lot of that on the other end. And speaking of, I can only expect that's probably about to happen here, and it does. So right on cue is Hollow, and these are what both these teams have to be aware of when they're going for those clears. Is just know that there is often a backliner there to intercept if you're going straight on for the clears.
Yep, and Holo leaving his post there to quickly intercept that disc, but didn't quite find it in time. The pass to the shield, and Soggy Bunnings placing it right inside that goal. Great pass there from Agent Victoria, and great awareness from Breach and clear in general. Inside the bubble, finding those 2 points, 7-2.
All right, well, still about a third of this third round left. A few minutes, and not too much for Pineapples to overcome, certainly, but they will need some scoring here in this play and need to make the most of the time they have remaining, because otherwise, Breach and clear, they're going to start feeling pretty good here off of a couple consecutive goals.
Yep, and Pineapples, we have seen quite a few long shots coming from them, so one of them would do them very well here. I'd bring them to a 2-point lead for Breach and clear, but Breach and clear with a regrab, certainly looking to lock in this round as Soggy Bunnings makes his way in the 1v1 situation, just places it right over Holo's head there, and piles these points, an extra 2 points on the scoreboard, 9-2.
Yeah, and now definitely feeling all the more comfortable, I suppose, for our Breach and clear. Up by 7, because the thing is, the most points that were scored in rounds 1 and 2 was 7 points. First round, obviously, was Breach and clear. Second round was Pineapples, but that's the thing here is they have to make up essentially 10 minutes worth of scoring based on the pace of these matches in the next 2.5. So it's going to be a tough hill to climb. And right now, Breach and clear, they're feeling it. They're causing a lot of turnovers and getting a lot of opportune moments.
And as you said, they are finding themselves in a comfortable position here, but the comms certainly are showing how they aren't reluctant. They aren't feeling like easing up just yet, as a lot of effective and clear communications coming through from Breach and clear, and now a 3-stack here. They're looking for a play in. It's going to bounce from the trench up into Agent Victoria's hands, and Agent Victoria went for a pass there to the left, didn't quite find it because of that stun, I believe, that found its way onto Agent. But regardless, Breachers still have this possession here. They might look for another play here on the shield, but a bit of an off pass there. But they're still going to be able to find these rebounds, and it's interesting to see how they were able to still maintain possession after quite a few missed passes. But regardless, now Pineapple's looking for a play.
Pineapples I've been noticing here in this third round, it seems, as a good steal comes out from Sergeant CJ, but a lot of Pineapples attempts to grab that disc, whether it's being sent into the bubble or off a clear, or even on that collection there off of the, that initial clear on this side of the floor. It's just a lot of overshoots. They're just missing the handles. They're just overshooting slightly when they tap off of their anchors to try and meet the disc. And I think that's really cost them a good handful of points here, whereas, earlier on in the match, they were doing a really good job getting that disc back.
And a close shot there coming from Bloomy, dinging off the post, and Soggy Bunnings looking to redeem that missed shot, and indeed he does with 2 points inside the bubble. That might possibly close out this game. In the third round, Breach and clear certainly have switched on an 11-2 lead here. Pineapples might look for maybe a few points here with the 30 seconds that they have left, but Breach and clear certainly have done well to maintain their lead and find this final round.
Oh, but not fighting the disc. Now the defensive joust actually slow enough to not really matter too much, and it's a little miscommunication there, but trying to undo it. Scratch that, because shaking him off is a Sergeant CJ looking for a passing play to the skyline, where Victoria tries to get the drive-by, but unable to find the goal, but Sergeant certainly will. So in charge and charging in, the rebound will be had, and the game set match 13-2 in round 3 for Breach and clear.
And I'm not sure if Pineapples are, maybe they're in their own Discord or something like along the lines of that. So I don't want to make anything, don't want to make any claims like too out there, but I feel like there definitely needs to be more communication across the board coming from Pineapples, because I feel like Breach and Clear, especially Soggy Bunnings, who found quite a few steals while they were attacking Pineapples. I feel like it was just a plain communication problem. Like Breach and Clear, they had a member on them. You could hear them screaming in the chat, like, red, there's someone on you, pass it back to me, like this, that, all the above. I feel like unless they're in their own voice chat and I'm just not hearing it in game, I feel like definitely there needs to be a bit of a communication fix there for Pineapples. But they certainly did well, Pineapples, in the second round. We saw those shots coming in from all the players there, but yeah, Breach and Clear just able to hold on within that final round and find the game.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the stats, Chad, and wondering what's up, well, server switches, team switches to kind of communicate things, a lot of things that will typically mess with the stat puller a bit there, so kind of incomplete stats for you, and obviously some misplaced players, but nonetheless, I mean, the eye test, you know, is what it was. To say it was a close game, but like I said, I think it was more so, well, communication aside, really just a lot of those missed grabs. I think I noticed at least 4 or 5 different times where that disc was sailing right within reach of a Pineapples player in the third round, and just kind of unforced, but just missed the grab because either the tap off their anchor wasn't there, or just a slight overshoot on some of the stacks and things like that. But it just happened a few times in the third round, whereas it wasn't happening earlier on. But in this round, I mean, Breach and Clear was able to capitalize almost every time when that did occur. So definitely a big factor here in this match. And still, you know, any way you cut it after all the, you know, after timeouts and server switches aside, it's still good to see, you know, the round 3s happen, and that's twice now in the last few hours for these OCE games, so it's a good a thing as any, for sure.
And Manly Pineapple in the chat saying that Chris's mic actually doesn't work in Echo, so they have to be using an in an Oculus Party. So it's great to know that they are at least communicating through another platform, and I wasn't just not hearing anything for no reason. And this is definitely one factor to why I'm going to bring it up again. Echo overtime would be such a cool thing, I feel like, with interviewing at least team members, because you get this intel and this new perspective from like some of the members, and it's interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, we have, for instance, Rosie Hope over in North America, or Americas, I should say, doing interview videos on occasion and things like that. I mean, definitely the podcast idea, a cool idea, but just to kind of make put it out there in general, if community members or casters or anyone really are making content like that or want to see content like that, again, we're always happy to play it at the end of the day, as long as it's there's no copyrighted music and things like that. But otherwise, community content, community videos, we're happy to play on stream or before streams. In terms of podcasts and things like that, we're happy to promote them in the ticker, or you know, throughout casts in the downtime, things like that. I mean, again, VRML is all community-driven, community-ran among Echo players here, and you know, this particular league for Echo Arena, it's all Echo players and casters, and you know, driven by that passion. So people have stuff they want to put forward for the streams. We are more than happy to feature, to shout out, to link, etc. So just yeah. But
yeah, outside, inside out.
Yep.
No copyrighted music.
Yeah, no Vida Loca here. Certainly not. No Bannerino. But
yep.
Next up, looks like we do have, and at this point, that match lasted so long. What, hour and 15 minutes past start time now. We're basically right into the next match soon, so why not? I'm gonna stick around if you sound or feel up to it, Pam. we're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
go right into the midnight hour for me. But that said, we will end this stream at least, and we'll put the next one live in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so, and we'll go for it. And yeah, no big deal, Soggy Buttons. It happens. Like I said, there was no other matches in the way, so at the end of the day, didn't have to, kick off to a different match or anything like that. So it's all good. We chatted. We spent the time. See, Go Nothing Die. So that's the player I was talking about the other day, because I was shouting out his name, but I read it as Go No Thing Die instead of Go Nothing, which I'm, yeah. So.
I mean, it's a positive look on the name. Like, no thing shall die.
No thing die. No bad. Die bad. All right. Well. Anywho, have a good one. Nothing. May your night be full and lively. Now go. Anyway, see Hollow in there, Soggy Bunnings stopping in, GG's, Manly Pineapple, Aries as well. Shout out again, Draco, Mako, and Luigi Logic. Got to love the alliteration, or wait, no, assonance, I think, when it's consonants, right? Maybe I'm mixing it up. Either or, English and such. We'll be back soon. So I've been Palidore, that's been PAMWOW. I'm not going to do the typical outro because we're going to be right back in a few minutes. So take it easy and join us for the last one at the top of the hour.
See you there.